everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are setting up the library. So we have recently moved into our new house in a completely different state. We moved from Arizona to Washington. And this is now going to be the library. This is like a multi-purpose sort of room in this house that I get to myself, even though yes, Presley is in here with us. Elliot is currently napping, so I actually don't know how long we'll have to do this. It'll probably be a multi-day project. Like, I just know that's what's gonna happen. I started unboxing some books that were just sort of in the way. So we have a pile over here that are gonna be like TBR things, I think, and a pile back behind these other boxes that you probably can't see right now, that is everything else. I'm going to unbox everything and then we're gonna figure out where everything is going to go. I do have my normal 9 bookcases here like I had in the other house. They're in a slightly different configuration because in the previous house, it was in our living room. We actually had like 1 bookcase, the TV, and then all the rest of the 8. They were in a slightly different configuration. Now everything is on these 2 back walls here, like everything. I have my desk set up over here. We have a big bright window here as well that I'm very excited for. So yeah, I'm just gonna be starting to unbox things and then we will organize as well. I will probably do like a bookshelf library tour in a separate video since I have not done one in 2024 at all. So it's been over a year and a half, I want to say, since I last did one. But yeah, let's get these books out of those boxes. Yeah, that's a bigger pile?
Yeah. Big pile and the bigger pile.
And there's still more books to get out.
Oh yeah.
Is that silly?
Yes. This side to this side.
I know.
Oh my god, how are they doing here?
I know.
How? It's up.
Just is. You guys need to start using your side of the fence, please. Thank you. There are teenage boys that live next door. Parents, we've seen a mom, we've seen a dad, we've seen a younger sister, but there's at least 2 boys that live there plus friends. They have hopped our fence at least once a day since we've moved in, and we're renting. There's already a hole in the fence where they hopped the fence, so I'm sure they've done it. Also on their side of the fence, one of the boards is loose from where they keep kicking it. We're renting. We don't want to be responsible for the fence. Hey, hey, hey. I'm doing it. Hey. Okay, that can be next.
And then I'm gonna set it, and set it.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Do this one. Cut it. Cut it. When you get some books, I'm gonna stop her. Are you gonna are those books for this pile?
They are actually books for that pile, yeah.
What?
Oh, careful, careful. I don't want you to hit the books. Hey! Why is that such an evil laugh?
Just kidding.
You're just kidding. Okay, so we have all of the boxes open now. So let me just show you the damage that we've done in this room. We have this big pile behind Presley that is things that I have read. All of these have been read. Presley's doing his special little read books dance. It's a huge pile. Then we also have this also huge pile, though not as huge, of TBR books. Don't look at anything behind me on the shelves. Those are some like Star Trek books, Stephen King books, and I think Lord of the Rings sort of stuff that were just already sort of in piles that I sort of need to figure out what I'm gonna do with. But so we have two, I don't know if you guys can see them both in the same frame, there we go, two big piles behind me that now I need to figure out how to put on these bookshelves. Now, these books have all fit on shelves at the other house. We have the same amount of shelves. I do have some books to haul soon that'll also have to go on here. But what I'm thinking, because I did have some books in this, oh yeah, I've read them, that I transferred over to the TBR stack because I hadn't really actually read them. I don't know exactly how I'm going to be doing this. Last time, most recently I should say, because I've changed my book setup up before, even on YouTube, even before YouTube. I would change it up every so often. Like, I've had all of my books just sorted alphabetically by author's last name. I've had books sorted by age group. I've had books sorted by genre. Last time was just age group and then author's last name. So like I had my middle grade and then I had my YA and then I had my adult. I actually had a couple shelves of favorites that were right behind me when I was sitting at the desk. I don't really have that anymore because the desk is like way over here. If I film at the desk, you're just gonna see a lot of stuff behind me. If I film where the window is, because there's great lighting, even if I move back, we're gonna have different areas of the bookshelves, which is great. I don't have like a ton of middle grade, like, so it doesn't take up a whole bookcase. I do have a whole bookcase worth of manga. I do have some comics and graphic novels. I'm thinking potentially sorting by genre again because I stopped doing that previously, but I've been reading a lot of adult stuff, so I have a lot more adult books, and I basically have like sci-fi fantasy and romance. Those are my two major categories. I do have some thriller, mystery, horror sort of stuff. I do have a few just like plain contemporaries, but I sort of feel like I want to sort them by genre, keeping within the age categories as well, except for maybe combining young adult and middle grade, because I just don't have a ton of middle grade. I think I would do the same thing with the TBR books, whereas like I would combine middle grade and young adult, but I don't think I would change that into genre categories, especially because I haven't read them. So there's a little bit more wiggle room with like me potentially thinking something is romance, but it's not actually romance, or thinking something is more going to be, I don't know, fantasy or like contemporary, but it's actually magical realism, sort of thing like that. So yeah, that's what we have going next. TBR books, not TBR books, but getting everything onto these shelves. Yeah. I've decided to try Post-it notes to figure out where certain sections are gonna go, because I have fandom sections that are like, this Doctor Who stuff takes up one of these little shelves, or you know, that kind of thing. I also have a bunch of Stephen King, so I don't actually think you guys can see my Post-it right now. It's off camera actually, surprisingly. We have a whole shelf here off camera, but not here. You guys can see the end of this bookshelf, and then as you go around, we're missing one off the camera. But I have like 2 shelves worth of Stephen King stuff. I have some Cassandra Clare things that I know for a fact have a certain amount of room that I've had before, and I like to keep them together. So I'm gonna post some Post-it notes up to sort of see where I want things to go in general, and then we might wiggle things around before I actually sit down and sort. It's been a little while now. Elliot is actually somewhere over here. There's Presley. There's Elliot. Has woken up from her nap. Post-it notes were semi-working for me, but not enough.
I got the sun.
Yes. Also, Presley decided to do things with Post-it notes. So, I don't know if you guys can actually see it or not. My chair might be in the way. They were playing with the chair. Over here. Oh, you guys can't see it. He has like a whole solar system of Post-it notes. What I decided to do instead is I ended up on my Procreate that I use for certain bookmark things. Every so often I will use it to manipulate photos a little bit for Instagram like posts, mostly when I take a picture of a book and then superimpose a digital cover on it for books that I've only read like as an ebook or an audiobook. First, I actually went through and like wrote down, I went to a picture on my Instagram of my old bookcases, wrote down what was on every single shelf so I could count up how many adult shelves I had, how many young adult shelves I had, how many specialized shelves, that kind of thing. And then I made a little graph of my current bookshelf configuration, because the configuration is different than last time. And I think, yeah, I think I have a happy medium here. But because Elliot is awake, I don't actually know if I'm going to continue with the sorting of this yet. But I now semi-know things might change a little bit, where I'm going to actually put the TBR and how many adult shelves I should have. I think what I'm going to end up doing is going with like manga first, moving into then adult. And I do think I'm going to separate by at least a couple genres, then moving into young adult / middle grade, because I do think combining them is going to be the best. And then that'll then move into some fandoms and different things like that, going into the TBR over here. So we will have separate zones for like... What's the matter?
I need this.
Presley, you gotta be nice, you gotta ask. Presley doesn't always ask when he takes things nowadays, but we're practicing. So yeah, moving into different sections. So I should have like a good section for TBR books, as well as things that I've already read for videos.
I need it.
Welcome to my life.
I need this.
You guys gotta share. Elliot? Okay, bye. So obviously by the time you guys see this, I will have figured out sort of what I'm gonna do, but I'm sorting through YA, and I already did adult stuff yesterday, and I basically split it up in between two genres, which was like sci-fi, fantasy, horror, mystery, thriller, and then like contemporary, historical, romance, like more, like the vibes are different obviously. I was trying to do that, obviously, with my young adult as well, and I have a much, much bigger pile, of course, of sci-fi, fantasy, paranormal, things like that. I then do also have contemporary, romance, drama-ish. It's a little bit harder, I feel like, to classify than the adult for some reason, and because of that, I do also have some things that I guess are more horror, thriller, maybe mystery-ish, and for some reason they don't feel the same as the adult stuff. Like the vibe of the adult stuff was definitely more happy romance contemporary sort of thing, so that's why I mostly put the mystery thriller stuff in with the sci-fi fantasy stuff, because I have like actual horror and things like that where it's like dark or paranormal or creepy, and so I don't 100% know, because I do have some ones that are also more drama that I'm putting in contemporary. Let me know what you think down below. Like I said, I'll probably have figured out where I want it by the time I'm done with this video and you see it, but like I'm having a hard time figuring that out. I'm moving things around again. I hope you are enjoying my indecision. I made some space. And I don't think I made too much space, and by made space I mean I ended up combining my different YA things because it just wasn't working out. I only have like 2 shelves of YA contemporary stuff. So, you know, what I told you to comment earlier doesn't really apply anymore. But I combined those, closed them in a little bit because I was trying to leave space in my like red shelves so that like obviously as I read things I can put them in there. However, I have 2 stacks of TBR books here on the desk that you have not seen that I need to haul and also find a place to put in the TBR, and I still have, can we see, more TBR things that I need to put in here. And so now I'm just like debating where to move things. I moved the Star Trek shelf, I moved the YA stuff, I have things above a little bit. I just moved some Cassandra Clare stuff up. It's 11:20 at night. I wanted to finish this, but now I don't know what I want to do. I was really hoping to keep TBR with TBR and red books with red books, and now... Okay, it's the next day. I did a little bit more finagling, but it was like tiny little bits. So I think the library, minus the stuff back here by my desk, because I have desk things and boxes that are not put away. I think we're done. I think we're officially done. As you can see, we have a lot of books back there. I think sometimes when I film, we'll be sitting here with this in the background, maybe this too.
Jupiter.
With the big red spot. Sometimes we might be filming more this way. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna be sitting here the whole time. I could be standing up, but there are lots of different directions and places this could be. I also don't have the overhead light on right now, so this is just like standing here at the window. We could always move a little bit closer. Like I think this is where we're going to be. So this is where we're looking at. So this is the door into the library with all the extra stuff that I mentioned we still have. And we start off with my Barnes & Noble classics up top. Some of these are red, some of them are not, but I just thought it was going to look nice up there, and I don't really read from them as much. We have manga, moving into 2 cases of adults. This little one right here has some broken out series or authors that I had quite a few of that could fit the cubbies. Then we have 2 shelves of young adults, almost, because we have a shelf up here, but then we also have like comics here, fandom sort of stuff, and then we move into the TBR. We have 2 bookcases of TBR. They are stacked a little bit more than I would like, but you know, so we have comics, graphic novels, manga up here, moving into the adult stuff, which actually goes up to a little bit up here. Then we have young adult and middle grade. I did end up combining young adult and middle grade for both the TBR as well as the normal shelves. And then we have a cart of mass markets. I was originally trying to put these mass markets in the TBR over here, and it was taking up too much room, and I forgot that we had extra carts like this. We actually have 2 carts right now as our end tables in the bedroom. That will eventually change when we get normal end tables, but I forgot we had another one, and so here is a nice pretty blue cart that has mass markets, and this is now the whole library. I am very, very excited for it. I want to get like an oversized armchair or something for the middle, because then in here we also have the mess that you aren't supposed to see right now. This is like where I'll sit and do editing and keep other things. But besides that, books are done. Library books are done. I have no idea how many books this actually is. I think I do need to go through and do another like count, because I haven't had one done in a while. I think I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I do want to do a library tour as well, like a bookshelf tour. Haven't done one of those in a little while. So yeah, overall, very, very happy about it. This video was supposed to go up on time. It did not, because this took me today's day 4 of doing this. So yeah, but we are done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you love the setup, because personally, so far I do. I mean, there's a couple little things here and there that I'm not as happy with, like Star Trek had to get smushed a little bit instead of having a little extra room, but we have a little extra room in the adult and young adult areas for books to come off the TBR and get put on, which is good. So yeah. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I have videos coming out Tuesdays and Thursdays and sometimes Saturdays. So I will see you then. Bye.